Parshas Vayakhel is the realization of all the plans of Parshas Truma. Vayakhel Pikudas is Truma Tetzava, and we read about how all the kelim and everything in the Mishkan was actually built according to plan. In one place, the Torah points out that it was Betzal that did it. Vayas Betzal es ha'ara. It doesn't say about anything else. And they made this, and they made that, and he made this, and he made that. It doesn't say that it was Betzal. We know that it was Betzal. But in one place, the Torah underlines the fact that Vayas Betzal es ha'ara, that Betzal made the Aron, the ark that held the luchas that stood in the Kodesh Kodashim. Why? Only in this particular moment, when the Torah is telling us how the Aron was made, it says that Betzal was the one who made it. Besh Chachma gives a very beautiful explanation based on the Gemara. And Yuma says that when the Babylonians came to destroy the Beis Hamikdash, and they burst into the Beis Hamikdash, they burst into the Kodesh HaKadoshim, and they saw the Kruvim were hugging each other. And the Babylonians, they said, this is what's found inside the holiest place of the Jewish nation. The Jewish nation, their blessings are blessings, their curses are curses. They're such a holy people, and this is what they place: some sort of romantic artwork with these kruvim that are hugging each other. And they took it out and they threw it into the street and they showed people. They said, "This is what the Jewish people are all about." And very terrible things, like the Gemara explains over there in the Gemara in Yuma. It says in Meshech Chochmah, of course we know that they're way off base. We know that these are just symbols of the love that we have that exists between HaKadosh Baruch Hu and the Bnei Yisrael. One represents Hashem, the other represents Bnei Yisrael, and that's why when there's peace between HaKadosh Baruch Hu and his people, Kaviyachal, so then the Kruvim are facing each other. When not, B'derech Nes, they turned away from each other, like the Gemara says in a few places. So we know that really these Kruvim do not symbolize any sort of Avodah Zarah or any sort of romantic thoughts. But who had to make this, says the Meshech Chochmah? Only Betzal could make it. Why? Because only Betzal could not be accused of mixing in some sort of outside influential thoughts when he's making the Aron and when he's making the Kruvim, because Aaron is the grandson of Chur, and Chur is one who was mamish meiser nefesh. He gave up his life when they were fighting the Egel Azav, and it was only Aaron and Chur against the entire Jewish nation. Everybody wanted to make the golden calf, and only Aaron at the end did what he did. But Chur was the only one who actually said, "No, we're not doing it," and they killed him for it. He was meiser nefesh, and everybody knew forever and ever that this family is a family that comes from Mesiras Nefesh for the Torah, and Mesiras Nefesh for the highest and the purest intentions. And therefore, when it comes to building the Aron and building the Kruvim, it had to be Betzal, Vayas Betzal, the grandson of Chur. He was the only one that could actually build the Aron and the Kruvim and not be accused of mixing in any sort of outside or any sort of side kavanas into building the Aron and the Kruvim. Good Shabbos.